Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, everybody. Welcome to today's workshop on Filecoin and AI Trust. We have Jenks here who will be coming on stage, who will be leading today's workshop. Everybody else, welcome. We'll invite our speaker today. Feel free to say hi in chat and feel free to use this section to ask your questions. Jenks, you should be seeing a pop-up on your end to join the stage. Everybody else, welcome, and as always, GM.
Hello, Yasin.
Hey.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Great. Thanks for having me here.
Fantastic. Well, feel free to take it away.
Thank you. Disclaimer for this session is not much of a workshop. This is more of a presentation. There is also no code demo. What I'll be doing is to showing you some concepts in relations to decentralized storage, verifiable storage, and how Filecoin can play a role in building AI. For details of how to use Filecoin in your AI project, please reach out to me or join this Discord channel for a detailed discussion. So if you have any questions, please ask it later.
Totally.
So cool, thank you. So my name is Jenks. I'm a developer advocate at Filecoin Foundation. One of the things that actually, Yasin, I might ask you this question. Do you trust AI these days to give AI control of your wallet?
Give control, 100% not.
100% no. The question, my answer is the same. I wouldn't trust it. And it's related to a deeper question that many people find AI, like finding it hard to trust AI. It's probably because how it was, it is trained right now, and lack of information on how it's done. We'll explore a little bit on why and how Filecoin can help in this. So KPMG study shows that over 60% of people in the world have trouble trusting AI, and only 1 in 2 believes that AI's benefit is bigger than the risks. We're definitely in an interesting turning point in human history. While AI is developing really fast right now, we're talking about 2 to 3 researchers every week with implementation of code. So meaning that anyone can take it, and if they have the infrastructure and the technical know-how, can start their own AI products to solve some of the problems we face today. But yet we are not sure if this is going to bring us prosperity or doom us all. So I want to talk about AI, AI's trust, and how Filecoin can help solve this. First of all, what is Filecoin? Filecoin is a decentralized network for storage.
Short interruption. I don't think you're sharing your screen. I know you prepared some slides, but I don't.
Oh, okay. Good call. Yes. Thank you. Forgot about this part. Let me know if you can see it.
Yes.
Cool. So what is Filecoin? Filecoin is the network that is that enables verifiable and decentralized data storage. I won't be very comfortable with AI controlling my crypto wallet. I'm with the 60% of people in the world that does not trust AI for important decisions. What Filecoin network has built is a data layer that you can easily verify the source of the data and keep it immutable in a decentralized way, and a way that does not require centralized entities in there. This has a serious advantage over centralized providers, where data could be manipulated or muted without your permission. Of course, many of them will ensure that does not happen, but we have seen the centralized power being abused like that in the past. Now, Filecoin network is a layer 1 solution built for storage, but it does not stop at storage. It intends to address decentralized storage, solutions issues related to decentralized storage, such as keeping it private but also public, and facilitate peer-to-peer transactions, and also storage deals on the network. So you can use and trust your local data center services. Filecoin also intends to deal with retrieval, which currently has 2 projects going on to solve and provide decentralized CDN project. One is called Saturn, the other one is called Titan Network. The Filecoin virtual machine and interplanetary consensus aims to provide computation on top of Filecoin blockchain. And there are other projects addressing heavy computing that is off-chain, but can still provide a proof of data storage or completion of these data on Filecoin blockchain. So data is the beginning, and Filecoin Network intends to solve more problems related to that. I would like to talk about the centralization of the internet, because this is important to understand what is happening with AI and why we kind of lack trust in this space. So the internet, when it was created in the first place, intends to connect computers together. In fact, the internet means interconnected networks, which means networks of networks. That started peer-to-peer, and it intends to be a very symmetrical network. However, in the past 10 years, content providers, especially social medias and cloud computing companies, have moved most of the internet usage into what is called internet cores. As a result, the traffic of internet flows through these large companies, like the famous few, everyone knows about them, which I won't mention here. This kills the business of transit providers you're seeing on this graph, which facilitates symmetrical transfer of content over internet through different parties in the network. The usage pattern really encouraged centralization of the internet infrastructure and discouraged the decentralized tech infrastructure. What we see is the power of big platforms grow, and information being siloed, and control of the internet being centralized. This leaves a vulnerable single point of failure, which makes our internet more fragile. In fact, Northern Virginia is the world's capital of data centers. If this region is not available, so does a large part of our internet that we use today. AI innovation is also at risk of following this path. Big centralized cloud storage providers or service providers that is hosting open data for AI are also building their own AI systems, and they have vested interests about how it controls and share the underlying data that it collects. And companies have already gathered large machine learning data sets, either through licenses or scraping publicly available informations, or their business practice of collecting information might have initial advantage over other data and computing capabilities. Also, the large companies in this space are also acquiring GPU hardwares. So there's a GPU shortage on smaller companies, which in turn sort of discourages decentralization of AI technology. At this time, the biggest AI developers are locking down their data and code, and consumers have not enough visibilities in how AI models work. Our trust to it is really reducing. So for a more decentralized, open, transparent AI-driven industry, the company building these AIs needs data storage and compute solutions that works for them, that is able to provide transparency and trust. So this is how Filecoin is related to it. When it comes to building a trustworthy AI, data is fuel. Most artificial intelligence models are trained on large data sets collected by government, businesses, and academic institutes, or drawn from public data sets that is available on the internet. The current generation of the machine learning model, the model's capability is directly related to the size of the data and also the diversity of data sets. It is not surprising that majority of this data are hosted on centralized providers. For AI model, many developers, researchers, and individuals knows that data is a very vital asset. The foundation of AI models' accuracy, credibility is also rooted in the integrity of the data. To promote safe, transparent, and trustworthy environment for AI to be popular, it is critical to consider a few things, which is where are these data originated, how and where the data are stored, who can access them for what usage, and how AI model leverage these data and produce useful use cases in this application. It doesn't seem to be there doesn't seem to be a very good way out of this loop with the current centralization of the internet and how information gets stored. But there is a group of people that is working on solving this underlying infrastructure problem that leads to centralization of the internet and AI. This organization is called Protocol Labs, and they have been building on decentralized internet protocols for quite a while. The creation of IPFS, Interplanetary File System, gives a very promising protocol that allows files, this very important primitive in computer system, to be stored in a peer-to-peer and distributed way, where users are actually empowered to run a part of the network, where contents are kept private, but each node is able to trust each other to deliver. The best thing of all is there is no central coordination point, which means you can't take down the network. If you partition a part of the network within the partition, and the rest of the network will keep on working as if nothing happens. So based on this protocol, Filecoin was created. And Filecoin was created to store large amount of data, but this kind of data requires heavy resources. So the network was created to attract storage providers who are infrastructure providers in Web3, bringing their bare metal hardwares to the network. So as it stands now, in May, which is a couple of months ago, we have achieved 2,600 storage providers and 6.4 exabyte of total network storage power. This number is reducing in the open network. People are encouraged to come and go. If the business makes sense for them, they can join. If the business does not make sense, they can leave. But what we use is blockchain technology and cryptography to ensure that their services are provided. If they're doing good work, they're getting rewarded for providing useful services in the economy. And if they go offline, or if they provide a service that is not satisfactory, the network will be slashing them accordingly. The network today also stores a large amount of NFT data, almost 140 million NFT objects, and the network is onboarding petabytes of data every day. It is fair to say that this storage providing business is not for faint-hearted people, because you need upfront capital, quite a lot of them, and usually a space in professional data center to host the hardware that needs. Also, most of the storage providers will hire operations people to look after their facilities. The aim is to provide really storage solutions that is able to provide enterprise level of service. So there's a global community of builders and storage providers around the world, across 40 countries. There are 14,000 contributors on GitHub and thousands of developers building on top of Filecoin. We also are grateful that we have more than 100 Orbit ambassadors in different countries, spreading the words of IPFS and Filecoin. We had a huge tour in Europe recently and was well received in our events, thanks to the Orbit ambassadors. I was able to travel along with my job and my colleagues to see some of the storage providers around the world. You can see that most of them opt to have their rigs hosted in professional data centers. Some of them build their own. For example, the one in Holland, a Decent Storage, they have chosen to convert one of their offices into a data center, which is professional enough to host clients' data. They also have data redundancy to another location, so the data is replicated and able to not go down easily. Filecoin services are being used by some of the world's famous organizations. So, for example, University of Maryland, University of Utah, Berkeley's Underground Physics Group, and through the help of CO Storage, storage provider in Europe, we were able to work with Atlas Experiment to store CERN data on Filecoin. The customers who are after Filecoin storage is really after a provable system that is able to store their data without change, meaning that no one can change it, or if anyone changes it, it will result in a new kind of a new identity for the data. So we call this content addressed system. The advantage of Filecoin in the context of AI is that the decentralized storage providers provides a more equitable and reliable solution for machine learning or AI training data sets. The first obvious one is transparency. When your data is addressed and able to be queried on the public blockchain, you will know that who is storing what data, and being able to verify that the data is still safely stored on chain. The proof of data and storage is stored on chain. We can only trust and understand models and how they generate content with having a record of where their underlying training data came from. The second one is scale and cost. The generation of data by autonomous systems and people who uses AI applications are quite large. So according to some studies, it shows that self-driving cars can generate huge amount of data, and ChatGPT is also trained on enormous data sets based on that is in text form. So what we need is a very is a storage solution that is able to scale with it. And you can see that Filecoin is able to onboard petabytes of data. It is designed to do so. So when data gets really large, really there is another network, decentralized network, that is able to onboard this much data and have capacity to host it. The third thing is trust in proof of storage. The Filecoin uses proof of spacetime to periodically prove that the data is still stored in a storage provider's facility. AI companies and major organizations may soon require to demonstrate this history and integrity of the data source to use to train their data. The proof of space-time mechanism provides a really good solution for that. The last one is resilience. So when data is made available, or when the result of the data is, for example, a data model, an AI model, or something very valuable, you want this kind of data to be persisted for as long as possible and to be stored with replication and ability to be repaired automatically around the globe. And Filecoin provides primitives designed for that. So storage is one of the most expensive parts of a data center. The reason Filecoin starts with storage is because it's hard. It's data is still very. It takes a lot of time to process these data and put them in the data center. It also takes a lot of effort to actually move the data out. The idea is that if the data stays on one network, it's unlikely to be moved around to other network for processing. So the vision is to also enable off-chain compute on Filecoin network where the data resides. So there are projects like Co-op Hive, which is a participant of this hackathon, to provide the computation on top of Filecoin. Right now, it's through IPFS. Some of the tools are already using Filecoin and AI together. One of them that is almost ready is Neural.ai, which intends to build a AI virtual assistants or your like virtual twin online using all of the files that you push to the network, and then assist you with day-to-day tasks. Numbers protocol is another project that uses immutable data storage on Filecoin and its services to ensure that there's no cheating in media and reporting businesses to combat the fake news issues created by fake news. Their reason pivot is to detect AI generated content and mark them permanently, so we know that the images has been manipulated by AI. Equity Lab is another organization that is working with Filecoin to provide very specific standards and procedures to ingest trust and transparency to climate data. And also they're advocating for AI models in general to be made with transparency and trust from the ground up. That's the end of my presentation. The content is designed to be very broad and and it intends to spark interest of the hackers. So you can come up with some tools to address some of the issues that we observe related to AI. Feel free to talk to me on Discord. I'll be hanging on there for the whole duration of the hackathon. And if I can't answer your questions, I will bring someone who can.
Perfect. I think there's a small comment by Jot in the comment section about data storage.
So I see one question, which is related to encryption for the storage. Yes. So yeah. So it's, the question says, I'll say that the data needs to be encrypted in order for the storage to be competitive in a blockchain data market now. Yes, that's right. So Filecoin protocol itself does not offer encryption service, or it's not part of the blockchain protocol itself. What we have done is the proof of storage is created there, but it's up to the application or the client itself to do the encryption part. If you have any, so follow-on question, if you have any encryption options ready for Filecoin, I'll use it in my project. So encryption is difficult because it ties to key management, which is often related to identity management. To be able to do a identity management in a truly decentralized way is quite hard. What we have done for the duration of the hackathon, I think it makes sense to use some solutions like LIT protocol, which allows you to put encrypt data and allow you to access the encryption keys on chain. So I see that as a very popular solution for hackers. As for real life, like production ready applications, I can't comment on the best solution for now. I do know that in the past we did have threshold projects. One is called Messiah, I think, working on this specific problem, but I don't know the status of the integration right now. But that is one of the top questions people ask when they're trying to implement Filecoin storage and services. and it's being tackled by a few. I do know that Lighthouse also has encrypted and access management services, but that I think that is also a centralized sort of key storage solution. So yeah, cool. Yeah, us in the Discord, we can talk about this. The encryption. So one of the service that is coming out that has very good level of enterprise service support is called Decentrally. So Decentrally provides a S3 connector for any enterprises that is seeking to switch their solution without much change in their coding. So they provide S3 compatible APIs in a very similar way that how AWS S3 works. And on top of encryption services, what they have done is they actually store bits and pieces of information in different sectors in the sealed data, so that the solution keeps track of where the data is, and it makes it harder for people to get the whole file from Filecoin. So if the file is encrypted by itself, and that the fragments of it is spread across the world on different providers, then it creates a lot more difficulties for people to crack it. So if you worry about people being able to decrypt information right now, that is one way of doing that. I'm not sure if it is the best way, but it is one way of dealing with it. Decentrally. So let me actually, they're in beta right now. If you like to use it for your hackathon, you can. But let me. But it's a manual way of getting like your keys for S3. But their product is ready. I think their APIs are being made right now. Decentrally.cloud with double L. So over here. Yeah, cool. Any other questions?
I think that is it. But yeah, for everyone that is still thinking of ideas and what to build on, please follow workshops. We have a new one each and every day. Most of the participants and representatives from these companies will be in our Discord, as Jenks said. So if you have ideas that you would like to point out, you would like to discuss and share, please make sure to post them on Discord, and we'll make sure to give you ample feedback. So ideally, we'll be able to jump on and then develop these for the duration of the hackathon. Jenks, any closing words from your end?
Please hack away. Yeah, we really encourage all kind of use cases of Filecoin tooling. Just please maximize your experience, your specific industry or vertical that you're working in, and combine these ideas together and create something great. I'll be part of the judging forces, but we don't only judge by technical capabilities. We also judge for the usability of the tool and how likely this tool is going to make an impact in the real world. So even if you are not building something new, not something very technical, you will still have a place in the track, in the price track. So yeah, please go ahead and build something beautiful.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jenks. Thank you all for coming in today. Just a quick reminder, tomorrow there's going to be another workshop. It's going to be delivered by KubeHive, and it's going to be on the tokenization of latent computing power. So another interesting topic to follow on. So once again, thank you all for being here, and see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Yasin. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Have a great day, everyone.